longest-running high school football show in Virginia. The tradition continues. Friday Night Flights starts now.
On a cold night in November, the stage is set for week 2 of the high school football playoffs. The regular season is over. The first round of the postseason was played last week. This weekend, 2 teams in each division will survive to play in next week's regional championship game. All over Hampton Roads, the best of the best face off. Regional semifinal action tonight. I'm Bruce Rader. Welcome to the season finale of Friday Night Flights. It all began with hot summer practice days in August, continued through the regular season, and last week in the opening round of the playoffs. Which teams advanced to next week's championship games? Let's start in Division 6, where 2 10-1 teams, Oscar Smith and Grassfield, meet for the second time this year. Oscar Smith making its 9th straight playoff appearance. The Tigers have 3 of the past 4 regional championships. Back in late October, Oscar Smith beat Grassfield by 7 points. As for tonight, it was an all-air attack for the Oscar Smith Tigers. First possession, quarterback J.J. Williamson with the bomb to Zach Jones with one man to beat. Oscar Smith on the scoreboard first. Next up, Oscar Smith's Williamson's just making it look easy with the toss and catch to Saquon Goody for another Tiger touchdown. I know I sound like a broken record. Williamson airing it out again, this time to number 8, Trevon Griffin. 4 passing touchdowns for Oscar Smith in the first half alone. J.J. Williamson playing like it was the playoffs or something. Grassfield did mount a comeback in the second half, but it wasn't enough as Oscar Smith rolls tonight 34-14. Meanwhile, in the other Division 6 semifinal, 2 teams from Virginia Beach meet for the second time this year. Bayside, last year's regional champions, against Salem, a rematch of their season opener won by Salem. Chris Reckling covered that game for us tonight. And Chris, I know it had to be intense.
That it was, Bruce. These 2 teams met on the first weekend of play. Salem took that game, so Bayside had revenge in mind. Let's head to the beach to Salem High School. Very entertaining first half. A first half heavy with Salem's Devontae Walker. First quarter, that's Walker taking the handoff, and he dives just inside for the score. Don't worry about the ref. He was okay. Salem ahead 7-0. Later in the second quarter, more from Walker. This time, a much longer run. Walker breaks free of the line, and look at him go. He finally gets tackled at the Bayside 2-yard line. Bucky Hodges would pound it over. Salem ahead 13-0. But back comes Bayside. Dion Stitt is the quarterback, and check out this nice pass to Quinn Blanding. That cuts the lead to 6. But just before the half, with 23 seconds left on the clock, Bucky Hodges, he's going to go to his right. A little jump pass to James Church. Salem up 20-7 at the break. First possession for Bayside in the second half, and the Marlins would waste little time. Stitt to UVA bound Anthony Cooper, 50 yards on the play, and just like that, it's a 6-point game. But Salem would answer. Hodges over the middle again. This time, he's going to find Breon Daniels. Salem holds on to eliminate Bayside 35-21. Next up, the regional finals for the Sun Devils. It's very special to make it this far in high school football. While there was plenty of pumped-up players on the field tonight, none more so than Josh Lawson from Salem. You see, Josh Lawson paid a very heavy price to play tonight. Here's his story. Imagine training all year long for your senior year in football, only to suffer a major injury just before the start of the season. That scenario is all too real for Salem senior captain and linebacker Josh Lawson.
I know just everything that I had worked for the first couple years, just wasn't able to fulfill it my senior year. Everything that had built up to it, I just want to be a part of this. I just miss it. Football's life.
Lawson suffered torn shoulder ligaments. He got even more bad news from his doctor after surgery.
And originally the doctor told me I was out for season ending.
But Lawson healed quick, and Monday he was cleared to rejoin his team. His teammates greeted him with a round of applause.
I don't know, I felt like I was in a movie, to be honest. For him to get this opportunity, and I couldn't feel better for a kid.
Lawson was named to the All-Tidewater football team last season, a team captain. He never missed a single practice while recovering.
And I love this team.
Getting back on the field tonight will not make up for missing the previous 11 games, but Lawson has learned to take each moment as it comes.
Man, it's like Christmas, like a little kid Christmas morning. That's exactly how it feels like.
Josh Lawson started tonight's game, made several big tackles, and will get another chance next week in the region final. Great for Salem's Josh Lawson. Bruce?
Great story, Chris, and a great game. So here is your Division VI region final. Oscar Smith from Chesapeake against the Beach District champions from Salem. A couple of one-loss teams. Salem lost to Ocean Lakes. Oscar Smith lost to a private school team from Maryland on national TV earlier in the season. That's the next Friday night game at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex with tickets to the state on the line. In the Region 1 Division III semifinals, Lafayette took on unbeaten James Monroe up in Fredericksburg, while at Bailey Field, unbeaten York, the top seed in the region, met Poquoson for the second time. York won that first game by 21 points. As for tonight, a cool night out at Bailey Field, and the Poquoson Islanders hoping things would be a little better the second time around against York. First series for the Falcons, quarterback Alex Johnston to Logan Bauder. Bauder is in for the score, and York takes a 7-0 lead. Then Poquoson trying to answer. Back deep in Falcon territory, but check out the grab by Falcons two-way player Anthony Honey. He gets the interception in the end zone. The Islanders still not on the scoreboard. Second quarter, Honey showing what he can do on the offensive side of the ball. He brings in this one just short of the goal line, but that would set up the easy run for Jake Norman as York takes a 14-0 lead. Now, this run by Casey Allen helped put Poquoson back in the game. The Islanders score shortly after that, and it's 14-7 York on to the second half. York looking to extend the lead. Dalton Bowden is there for the nice route into the end zone. 21-7 Falcons. Jake Norman again had his second touchdown of the game to start things off for the Falcons in the fourth quarter. That made it 28-7 as the Falcons get the season sweep over the Islanders tonight. James Monroe with the big win over Lafayette tonight, so it's James Monroe against York in the Division III region final. York undefeated and looking to stay that way next week against Monroe. When we come back, Norfolk Christian plays the private school state championship. I'm going to take you to the Sportsplex for highlights of that big game. And for the first time in over 20 years, CURRITUCK High School is not only making a run deep into the playoffs, they have a guy that has scored over 50 touchdowns this season. Meet record-setting tailback Marquise Grizel, North Carolina's second leading rusher, as the season finale of Friday Night Flights continues.
Stay tuned! Friday Night Fights is coming right back!
Last year, Norfolk Christian won the Division III private school football championship, knocking off North Cross. North Cross came back earlier this season and beat Norfolk Christian. So why shouldn't these two teams meet in the championship game 2 years in a row? They did tonight at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, and hey, check out the new $400,000 scoreboard at the Sportsplex. A big improvement. Christian and Blackwood, here's a play they'd like to have back. Ja'Cory Robbins doesn't get a handle on the ball. He fumbles. North Cross with the recovery on the ensuing drive. Thomas Weaver connects with Evan Anderson for the first touchdown of the night. North Cross takes a 6-0 lead. North Cross comes right back. Weaver fires another scoring strike. Norfolk Christian simply couldn't protect the ball, and you just can't turn the ball over in the playoffs. So no repeat for the Ambassadors. North Cross wins the Division III private school state championship tonight, 26-13. In the Division IV state finals, the season ends for Greenbrier Christian as the Gators fall 18-14 in the state finals. It was 1989, if I remember correctly, that Currituck High School made it to the North Carolina State Championship game against Swain County. Since then, the Knights suffered 10 first-round playoff losses in the past 22 years. Well, last week, Currituck beat South Brunswick in overtime, advancing to the third round of the playoffs, where tonight they took on unbeaten Havelock. Leading Currituck is one of the most exciting high school running backs in the nation, and Chris Reckling joins us again with his story. Chris?
That's right, Bruce. CURRITUCK's playoff run this season has meant a great deal to the CURRITUCK community. While it has been a great team effort, leading the way is record-setting senior running back Marquise Grizel.
He's explosive. He's got great balance. He's just a threat every time he touches the football.
Yes, CURRITUCK's Marquise Grizel hits the hole like a bolt of lightning. His highlight reel is loaded with players left in his wake.
Finding the hole is difficult. It's real challenging because it's so fast. Everything on the field happens so fast. You got to get there. You got to see it, and you got to get there as fast as you can.
Grizel has rushed for almost 3,000 yards and has scored 52 total touchdowns. His 4.4 speed is the key, along with his attitude on the field of play.
When I was younger, I had a lot of anger problems, and basically football is basically my therapy, so I let it all out on the field.
Grizel is just beginning to get noticed by Division I schools, including the University of Tennessee. One thing is for sure, when this knight touches the ball, it's usually checkmate for his opponents.
He can break for a touchdown on a kickoff return. If you put him on defense, he's explosive there. Just very, very all-around athlete.
Some college programs can be very lucky to get Marquise Grizel. Unfortunately, CURRITUCK's dream season has come to an end. They fall to Havelock, but a great season for CURRITUCK. We'll be right back.
One more final from North Carolina. Manteo advances to the state Eastern Regional Final by beating Plymouth. And our thanks to Hunt Thomas for keeping us updated all season long with those Carolina scores. Division IV Region Semis, Courtland eliminates War Hill 20-10. Chancellor and Grafton meet in the other Division IV Region Final tomorrow. And in Division I, Sussex Central over Alta Vista by 8. Tomorrow it's William Campbell against Matthews. Plenty of playoff action tomorrow around Hampton Roads, including the Division V Region semifinals at Darling Stadium. In Hampton, it's the Hampton Crabbers against the Norcom Greyhounds in a rematch of a game earlier in the season won by the Crabbers. Hampton's Mike Smith always has his team coached up come playoff time, but the Greyhounds are a dangerous team with Chevelle Atkins on the brink of breaking a big play at any moment. Kickoff tomorrow night at 7:30. In the other Division V Region Semi, Phoebus continues its quest for a 4th straight state title when the Phantoms travel to Norfolk to take on the Eastern District champions from Lake Taylor. Phoebus saw its 52-game winning streak snap this season, but you can never count the Phantoms out, and the same goes for Lake Taylor. Coach Hank Sawyer has one of the best players in the state in Mike Tyson, and he's delivered his share of knockout blows this season. Kickoff at 7:30. So a state champion has been crowned, and some of the regional finals have been set. We'll have even more action for you tomorrow night on the Sports Wrap on Wavy TV 10. But tonight, the season finale of Friday Night Flights. On behalf of our producer, Brian Parsons, thanks to our director, Reba Bloom, and her production staff, our photographers, all of the Wavy TV anchors who flew all over Hampton Roads every week, meeting you fans and throwing footballs into the stands, all of the bands, cheerleaders, flag teams, and parents who make the Friday night high school football experience at Hampton Roads so special, and Chopper pilot John Massey for flying Chopper 10 every week and keeping everybody safe. Have a great weekend, everybody.